we are a manufacturer. Do we need another GLN for the FDS registry?
For the, which registry?
Should put abbreviation FDS, maybe food service registry. So they already have a GLN.
Oh, the GLN registry?
Yeah.
No, the GLNs are really a function of what you're trying to do. That manufacturer has one assigned to them, and that identifies them, their brand. That manufacturer may choose to assign additional GLNs within their organization because there's a business need that they have. For example, they may assign one to different divisions, maybe to a manufacturing plant. Some companies actually have gone even assigned GLNs to a warehouse or an aisle or a bin, but that's strictly a function of how they're managing their business. For participation in the GDSN, for example, that manufacturer only needs one, which is the one that's going to identify them as a brand that they're publishing data for.
Okay. Another audience member has a question regarding G10s. Is G10 the same as an SCC number?
Both this one. No, they're not. They're both separate keys. And key is a term that we use for things like a G10, a GLN, and SSCC. A G10 identifies an item, a product, or a service, for example. An SSCC identifies a shipment. So it's something that is related to dispatch, to a pallet, for example, to a shipment from one location to the other that identifies what that is. The SSCC number is communicated, usually via an advanced ship notice from the shipper to the recipient, so that they know by the time the shipment gets there, they can scan it and tells them what's in it. But they're different things.
I would just add that on a G10, what happens with a G10 is we're assigning a number to a product. That number doesn't change unless the product changes. So think of when you're think of a G10, it's a UPC, is a G10. So in a grocery store or retail environment, when they're reading the barcode, they're reading a G10. That's a G10. So again, it doesn't change unless the product changes. On SSCC, like Pete said, it's attached to a shipment. Once that shipment is torn apart, the SSCC number goes away. It has no reference to anything after that. So they're only used, SSCCs are only used in shipping products. They're short-lived. They identify what was shipped, and then it goes away.
Okay, great. Thanks. Our next question is about how GS1 is operating globally. Are these standard initiatives, and I just lost my question. Sorry about that. Are these standard initiatives advancing in other countries, and what is the strategy there?
Really, really good question. The answer to that is yes, particularly in food service. Food service, so far, is not what we call a globally organized sector, meaning that in certain cases like healthcare, like typical retail and grocery, there is a global initiative to drive at something. Food service is becoming very, very predominant. The U.S. has been leading that charge, Germany, Canada, Australia, other countries like that. The key part here, though, is that they are all, as long as they're using GS1 standards, they're all based on the same set of standards. And the initiative is always the same set of standards are maintained through a single process. So it doesn't matter which country in the world you're operating in or locating in or shipping products to or might have customers located in. If they're using a G10, it's based on the same set of rules. If they're using a GLN, same set of rules. Same thing for an SSCC or GDSN or EPC or any of those things. And so in terms of what's driving that is precisely, I would say you, the community, that person that asked that question, the advisory group that Dennis mentioned before. That's an organized sector in the United States is driving a certain specific needs that the food service sector has, and they're trying to address in a very organized fashion. So I think one last thing I would say is if your need is never presented at that point, then it's a matter of being more involved or maybe surfacing that to the level of their roadmap.
Okay, thanks. Our next question is about retail and food service. I have a big and powerful retail organization that has already done some of this with GS1. Can I leverage that?
Yes. So again, and I assume by leveraging it, we're talking about you've assigned G10s to your products. Maybe some of those same products are going to be used in food service. Maybe you're using GDSN today in retail. Can that be applied to food service? Absolutely. A G10 is a G10 is a G10. G10s identify products. GDSN captures the G10 and the associated information. None of that changes. You could have some changes. Retail, I may be selling small jars of peanut butter, and in food service, those jars are much larger. So they might have different G10s, but the processes are the same.
Great. Our next question is about how do we subscribe to a data pool?
Okay. Quite simply, actually, there's a list of GDSN data pools on the GDSN website, that link on the presentation. It's a matter of contacting the one located in the area in which you're operating. I'm assuming everyone in the United States is operating in the United States, so you will contact one of the ones operating here and interview them, talk to them about what services they provide, what they're able to do for you, and what price they're willing to charge you for that. All pricing are determined independently by every data pool. There's GS1 is not involved in that decision at all. Neither are really the member organizations. It's really a data pool issue. But you want to interview them. They will, once you agree to do business with them, they will have a contract that they'll ask you to sign, which will cover not only what they do for you, but the disclosure rights or service level agreements, the privacy rights of the data that's going through the network, and all those kind of things that you're going to want to know.
Okay. Our next question is from a manufacturer that says we have a GLN and G10 numbers for our products, and we will have a data pool selected very soon. What is the next step